So, what inspired me to go whole food plant based? First of all, this book, darn selfie camera, it's backwards, but The China Study by T. Colin Campbell. But I'll get to that in a minute. I started my journey, I suppose you could say, when I was 12 years old. I decided to go vegetarian because I thought meat was gross. Like, it literally just grossed me out. Okay. And so since then, it's been an evolution. I still ate like dairy and eggs and other animal products. And over the years, have just learned about like plant-based nutrition and how beneficial it is for our physical health, like disease prevention and maintaining a good body weight and living a long time. I've always been health conscious, and I've always just for some reason had this life goal of living to be 100 years old and still running. I like to run and hiking mountains and just being active, right? With a clear mind. And like, that's my dream. That's my vision, is to make it to 100 years old and still in pretty good shape. And so as I've learned and read books and read research studies and science and article after article after article and book after book after book, this is literally my like nighttime reading list. This is on my bedside table that I just read nutrition science for fun, and have just learned that like all the science really seems to point to the idea that the more plants we eat, the more whole food plants we eat, not refined plants. Those are bad for us. They do not support our health. But the more whole plant foods we put into our body, like the better our body's going to function and the healthier we're going to be. And the more, disease prevention we're going to have, the better body weight we're going to be able to maintain, and the longer we're going to live. Right. And so at this point in my life, I've, all the knowledge was there up until, like a couple years ago, really. I had this knowledge and I understood how I should be nourishing my body, but I wasn't doing it. I wasn't implementing it. Like I was still really addicted to sugar and chocolate and anything sweet. Oh my gosh. Right. And overeating and just constantly putting something in my mouth. And I couldn't go truly plant-based, like entirely plant-based, because again, like cheese, like I was still addicted to cheese, like pizza, ice cream, those kinds of things. I just couldn't figure out how to give up. And I wasn't really that motivated to give them up either, because they taste good, right? So, but, I found myself obese and struggling with depression. And honestly, I've struggled with depression since my teen years. So basically my entire adult life. Until one day I learned about food addiction, like the science of food addiction and how it's hijacking my brain, and that I can heal my brain from the food addiction. And so once I got that piece figured out and was able to heal my brain from those food addictions, and now have the, the mental piece around that and not be constantly having cravings to put sweet stuff or cheese in my mouth, I was able to get those things out of my life. And I dropped 65 pounds. And as a surprise side benefit, my depression is gone. I haven't had depression symptoms for like 2 years since I started this journey and really went whole food, plant-based, kind of 100%. And I feel so good. My energy levels are good and level all day. Even if I didn't have a good night's sleep the night before, like I can keep going. I'm pretty strong. I feel better than I did in high school. I had a reputation for like falling asleep in class. I just wasn't that like energetic, and I feel more energy now than I did before. Clear-minded, brain fog. Like I said, my mental health is so much better. Amazing things. All right. And so, like I mentioned, highly recommend this book. The China Study by T. Colin Campbell was a pivotal point, in my evolution, where I, finally understood like, this is where it's at. And then, book after book and research after research. So I feel so good in my own body now. And like I said, I've always been health conscious. I'm a healthcare provider. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. So, it's always been in me to help other people find optimal health in their physical bodies and just feel better in their physical bodies. And so that's my mission. And, for me, that's why, I feel so good, and I'm confident I'm going to make it to 100 years old and still be running and hiking mountains and feeling active if I continue to nourish my body this way. And so that's why I'm whole food plant-based. And I also want to help other people discover how good it feels to nourish their bodies this way. So if you're looking for more support to make that transition, send me a direct message.